times employers want to do the rapid or quick test because they need to hire people immediately. So I'm thinking specifically about large e-commerce fulfillment centers where at peak, they have to hire thousands of people for a very short period of time. And so they need to quickly interview them, screen them, and then ask them to come in to work. So in those cases, we have actually recommended to employers a tip that they could do a rapid test to offer that contingent hire, but then they also do that detailed urinalysis test that may take a little bit longer to have the results in. There is a way, to still achieve the business results, reduce your risk, but then ultimately make sure that you're doing the right type of specimen test.
When I look at the process of these using these quick tests, very often I will see that a quick test either result in false negatives or false positives. Doing a quick test on a specimen is just not the same as having it sent to a lab where they can analyze the specimen. And there's a process that they call GCMS, which is gas chromatography mass spectrometry analysis of a specimen if it's non-negative. Just can't substitute a lab. So we tend to avoid using quick tests.
Speaking about quick tests, also, I think you've got to be cautious that that person that's gathering that information that is qualified to do that, because even if you're just using the quick test as a pre-screening, if anything from that, what you're gathering is going to be sent on, then that person's got to be qualified to do that gathering. You can't just have, sense, well, just do this. This is your assignment for the day.
Exactly. Some states require that if an employee at your place is conducting these quick tests, they need to be certified in using that quick test. And Maryland happens to be one of those states. And I know there are several others that have that requirement.
Evaluating someone and having two managers, that training is really important because there are other things that may mimic drug use. For instance, if they're having a stroke or they're having a diabetic episode, having that ADA person in your building who has those disclosures in some cases can be really key in making the right decision as to whether we need to be drug testing and having that conversation or if we need to be getting medical assistance. And I've run into that a couple of times where it was truly medical assistance, and because of either the manager's knowledge of their employee and what had been shared between them or the HR team, we've been able to make sure we make good solid decisions. So I think that's an important piece when you're asking managers to do these evaluations, is training them and then understanding what questions they need to be asking themselves and their team.